Hello, hello. Here Akhil Srivastava teaching you maths of class 9, chapter 8, quadrilateral. In the previous lecture, I have explained the midpoint theorem. Now you will see the converse of midpoint theorem. Converse of MPT, midpoint theorem, which is known as CMPT. In the converse of midpoint theorem, you will start from a line drawn from midpoint of one side parallel to second side always bisect the third side. Line drawn from the midpoint of one side parallel to second side bisect the third side. In triangle ABC, D is midpoint. It is given. In triangle ABC, D is the midpoint. D is the midpoint of this. From D a line is drawn parallel to this meets, this is a DE. D is parallel to BC. You want to prove E is midpoint of AC. E is the midpoint of AC you want to prove. In triangle ABC, D is the midpoint, D parallel to BC it is given. You want to prove E is the midpoint of AC, it is converse of midpoint theorem. Line joining the midpoint of two sides parallel to third side and half of it, it is midpoint theorem. Converse one midpoint, the second parallel, third bisect. Simply. So for this you will do the construction. Draw CF parallel to AB meets reduced DE at F. Meets produced D at F. You will write meets produced D means from here you are drawing and from here you are drawing. It is meeting at F. This line is also parallel to this line, it is given. We have drawn the parallel. So, in quadrilateral BCFD, BC is parallel to DF. Why? Because BC is parallel to D. So D is produced to meet F. So BC is parallel to DF. BD is parallel to CF by construction. Therefore, quadrilateral BCFD is a parallelogram. BCFD is a parallelogram. Opposite pair of both the pairs are parallel. That's why it is a parallelogram. If it is parallelogram, therefore BD is equal to CF. Or not? BD is equal to CF by opposite side of parallelogram GN. So BD, but AD is equal to BD. Why? Because AD is equal to BD. Why? Because B is midpoint given. So, in triangle ADE and triangle ADE and triangle CFE, AD is equal to CF. This is equal to this, you have proved. This is equal to this, CF, proved above. Here you have proved. AD is equal to BD given. So AD is equal to BD and BD is equal to CF. By these two, what are you getting here? BD is equal to CF. By these two, BD is equal to CF and BD is equal to AD, you are getting AD is also equal to CF. So AD here BD is equal to CF, AD is equal to CF. This is very important part. AD is equal to CF. You are getting proved above. Now this angle and this angle and this angle is what? 1 and 2. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2 alternate interior angles. Angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Why? Again by the same process. Because here this line is parallel to this line. When you take the transversal AC, you will get 1 and 2. You take the transversal DF, then 3 is equal to 4. By ASA, angle side angle, congruency, triangle ADE, congruent to triangle CFE. CFE. So D is equal to EF. Therefore, DE is equal to EF by CPCP. First two, last two, first, last A. You don't want A, you only want A. Here what you are getting? D is equal to EF and A is equal to C by CPCP. So this result gives you, therefore E is midpoint of AC. E is the midpoint of AC. Means line parallel to the second side bisect the third side. D is the midpoint, D parallel to BC. You have proved now A equal to EC because this triangle congruent to this triangle. Very simply convert our midpoint theorem you can prove. Questions very simply. Next question is given. Example, you see one example is given here. Example number 7 of your book. In the example number 7 it is given a triangle ABC. Example 7. In triangle ABC, B, E, F are midpoints. D, E, F are midpoints. When you join these points, you are getting. B, E, and F. When you join all the points, we are getting a 4 triangle in this. So you want to prove these 4 triangles are congruent to each other. Your question is, divide BC so that ABC is divided into 4 congruent triangles by joining DEF. 4 congruent triangles. So easily you can get. First you find out EF is parallel to AB. In triangle to prove triangle DEF, you want to prove triangle BDE or anyone FED. This triangle is DEF. Triangle DEF congruent to triangle. Other 3 triangles, all congruent to each other. Triangle DEF is congruent to DEF is congruent to, what is the D? FAD. What will you get? Triangle FAD. Also congruent to triangle DEF congruent to CFE. FCE. What will you get? Triangle DEF. D is equal to C. So D is equal to C. So you will get the CFE. Triangle CFE. DEF. E is equal to this alternate and interior angles will be equal. You will get. So D equal to C. Triangle DEF is also congruent to DEF is also congruent to DEF EDB. EDB. Like this you will get. Proof. Proof is very simple. First you see, because in triangle ABC, D and F are midpoints. So DF is parallel to BC and DF is parallel to BC, line joining the midpoint of two sides by midpoint theorem, line joining the midpoint of two sides parallel to third side and half of it. DF is equal to half of BC. So R you can write DF is equal to BE. Why half BC? B because of E is midpoint. E midpoint, that's why half of BC will be B. So quadrilateral BDFE is parallelogram. One pair of opposite sides parallel and equal. So quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Here quadrilateral is a parallelogram. If it is a parallelogram, then D is diagonal. So DEF, triangle DEF congruent to triangle DEF congruent to triangle EDB. Why? Diagonal of parallelogram, divide it in two congruent triangles. Diagonal of a parallelogram, divide it similarly. Similarly, R you can write triangle DEF. So congruent to DEF, congruent to CFE. CFE. Triangle DEF congruent to triangle DEF, congruent to triangle ADEF. So you will write FAD. Naming you can write. Why here? Because this angle is equal to this angle, this angle is equal to this angle, and this angle is equal to. So naming will be, if you are writing DEF, then you will write EAF. This angle equal to starting from here. That's why it is your congruency. So by these three, you are getting four triangles which are congruent to each other. So diagonal line joining midpoint of three sides of a triangle gives the four triangles which are congruent. That's all for today, and next lecture you will get the rest example and start the exercise.